Okay, Roblox is down. I got nothing to do, so let's rate some fighting styles. First off, basic. It's basic. That's all there's to it. It's basic. Long guard, on the other hand, I feel like it's a bit bad. There's nothing else to it except for maybe longer guard, literally by its name. There's nothing really recognizable by it, so I'm probably gonna put it at D. Smash is really good. If you're good at dodging, easily probably better than half of the fighting styles. So I will put this at, I would say A. For now I'll put it at A. Next up is Turtle. Turtle again, it's not too bad. It has a really good shield. It's a bit slow. Decent M1. Kind of bad M2. I'll put this at C. Counter. Again, nothing really recognizable for counter. It's alright. It could have its ups and downs. I'm gonna put this at D, however. It's nothing good. It's alright. A bit more counter damage, but it's alright. Next up, Trickster. Oh my gosh, Trickster is actually so annoying. For anyone who knows how to use Trickster, he's actually pretty good. But in terms of versatility, it's alright. I'd say it's probably below Smash. Probably put it at B, right there. Corkscrew, pretty good. It's a pretty good like fighting style. It's kind of like basic, but a bit more better. Like it's like more usable, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna put that at B. Chimera, oh my gosh, Chimera is so good. Chimera M2 stun, it's so good. Decent damage. I don't know what the bad things about Chimera is. I forgot about it. I might have to put this at high B-ish. Yeah, high B. Oh, actually, let me put this right here then. If I could do that, yeah. Let's see. Charged. Oh my gosh, charged players in high elo are so annoying. If you know how to use it, you could absolutely destroy. And when I mean destroy, I mean demolish people's HP. It's actually crazy, but it's really, really hard to use. If you don't know how to use them, it's pretty bad. So I'll put this, in terms of, in general, I will put this at A tier, lower than Smash, or actually maybe higher than Smash. But when people use it, I would give it a mid B, yeah. But for, I'll just put it above Smash, yeah. Hammer, I actually no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the problem with Hammer. Hammer is so good, but then they nerfed it to the freaking ground. You could dodge the utility, and you could. Oh my gosh, wait. Hammer is so good, but I don't think it's S tier anymore. If it's pre-nerfed, it would go to S tier for sure. But right now it's like because a lot of pro people know how to like dodge it. Well, there are some times where you could land a free hit with this ability when they're panicking, but that barely happens in a ranked game, and it only happens like once or twice. So I would have to put it at A. But good damage, decent shield if I remember correctly. Yeah, a pretty solid fighting style. Next up, Hitman. Hitman is beautiful. There's nothing. Okay, there's a few things bad about it. Main problem is its stamina. His M1s take so much stamina, but I would put this probably below charge. Okay, next up, Ippo. Ippo, I'd say Ippo is probably high B, low A, considering the fact there's a lot of bad things about Ippo and a very few good things about him. For example, you can't dash back with Ippo, and his Depsy roll is pretty easy to dodge, and also takes a lot of stamina. And even if you do use his Depsy roll and then start spamming M1, it's pretty easy to block. So I would give it, I would say a high B. High B. Like above Kimura. Hands low, so freaking mediocre. It's actually really, really recognizable. It goes from southpaw to orthodox. It's a freaking pattern. It's really easy. The only good thing I see about this fighting style is its ult. You blind half of it, and even then, it's really easy to see through it. You can literally just use context clues. So I would give this a, I would give it a high C, but it's really not that great. It's pretty mid. Next up, Wolf. Oh my gosh, Wolf. I cannot with Wolf. Wolf actually might be our first S tier. And hear me out. Anybody who uses Wolf and is good at it, they're good at the game. They're actually good at it. They are so freaking crazy with the perfect dodges, and they keep on hitting you with a 1-2 special, bro. They actually beat the living fuck out of you, bro. They are literally Yuji from Jujutsu Kaisen. Once they dodge, your life is done. And not to mention his ult. His ult is extremely freaking strong. Wolf, S tier for sure. Okay, next up, Bullet. Ooh, Bullet is... Now here's the thing with Bullet. I feel like Bullet, it's more luck based on its ability to counter, especially for his M2. His M2 hits hard. I think it hits harder than Iron Fist, but it's really, really hard to use. M1 counter is pretty easy, but it's still pretty good. I would put this probably either at mid B-ish, high B-ish, maybe in between Charge and Bullets. Maybe right there. I feel like that's a good placement. Switch Hit, the newest fighting style. I might get a lot of hate for this. I feel like it's B. But hear me out. The reason why I'm saying this is because Switch Hit's ability, which inverts everyone's keybinds, actually not everyone's, the opponent's keybinds, but it's really easy to adapt to it, as well as his dash being pretty bad. His M1 is kind of mediocre, and the fact that you need to wait for 15 dashes to use your ability, just for your ability to probably disappear in like 5 M1s and 1 M2, it's not that good. His ult's pretty good though, I feel like. And also, not to mention his M2, I don't think his M2 is full damage, like pure damage, meaning that it doesn't get rid of his your HP, like the amount of HP you could heal. So that's another bad thing. Actually, I might put this below Kimura. Yeah, I might put that below Kimura. Okay, now to the legendaries. A lot of people think that I hate Slugger because I made a video called this fighting style sucks or something like that. I don't remember. It's just the title, man. Slugger is really good if you know how to use it, especially when you perfect dodge. It's kind of like Wolf, but I feel like Wolf is still better than Slugger. So I'm gonna put this at below Hammer. Yeah, below Hammer, I'd say. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, probably below Hammer. Next up, Hawk. This is our second S tier. In fact, I think it's better than Wolf. Wait, no. Okay, these guys are even. I would say these guys are even. Hawk's dodge is so good, to the point where for Hawk, unless you're Ghost or Bullets, I'm pretty sure you could dodge almost every single jab or M1. Even like Hitman's, you could probably dodge. It's that good. It is that good. If you know how to use Hawk, and it's pretty easy to use. It's just spacebar. It's so easy to use. Not to mention his passive ability, which makes him build up more damage. Hawk is a really, really strong fighting style. You cannot tell me otherwise. Next up, Ghost. Yeah, you see Ghost, if this was pre-nerfed Ghost, I would probably put him at S. But the nerf kind of messed him up. He does have good damage, good ability, good dash, good ult damage. He's pretty good. So I would put him, I would say same level as Slugger. Yeah, same level as Slugger. Next up, Iron Fist. Ooh, hot topic. I feel like Iron Fist is B. B, right above Ippo, please. Okay, thank you. Why am I putting Iron Fist at B? Iron Fist is the most highest M2 damage, other than bullets counter, in the whole entire game. But you take some damage yourself once you land an M2. I would say that this nerf, I'd say, I don't know. So I would say that this nerf kinda puts Iron Fist down. It does put balance into his fighting style, and it is kind of canon to the anime Hajime no Ippo. But the fact that you lose that much HP yourself, it's not really worth it, in my opinion. And not to mention his ult, your own ult takes around 1/3 of your HP. It could be good in like the end game, but other than that, I see no places to use his ultimate. Like, cause for any other ultimates, you could probably use 2 times, but for Iron Fist, you could probably use it once, twice if you're low and the other opponent's like mid HP, and you have the chance to do that, then go for it. That's a perfect time to do it. But other than that, Iron Fist, really good in some times, but other times your own ability, your own passive ability kind of backfires and you lose because of that. Next up, Freedom. Freedom. S tier. Just because of the players using Freedom are all passive and they run away like a bunch of fucking pieces of shit, does not mean the fighting style is bad. This fighting style is literally a 3-in-1 combo. It literally has Smash, it has Hitman, it has freaking Hawk's Dodge. It has at least A tier fighting styles for each single style. All in one fighting style. Sure, his block is kind of weak. Sure, he has less HP than others. But the fact that you can be more versatile with this fighting style just makes it so much more better. Every time you could perfect dodge, you could do Smash M2. Every time you're low on HP, you could start playing passive, but not too passive like the other, Freedom passive pieces of shit. But you could play passive with Whirlwind. Is it Whirlwind? I don't know. Something like that. Whirlwind style. You could play depending on what the situation is, and that itself deserves S tier. Pronto. No arguments or no counter arguments. I don't want some guy to be coming up to me saying, "Oh, I think that Freedom actually deserves A tier." Get the fuck out of here, bro. Do not talk to me like that. Freedom deserves S tier. High S tier. Cased close. Nothing. Don't talk to me anymore. Next up, Chronos. Now Chronos is a bit hard to judge because I feel like Chronos, there's a huge skill difference between someone who knows how to play Chronos and someone who doesn't know how to play Chronos. Just like Charge. Chronos, if you know how to perfect dodge, if you know how to use your emotes, then Chronos is like probably high A, low S tier. But I don't know, because it's really easy to counter his ability as well. You could just probably do a feint, and that usually works half the time, which is why I'm putting him at low S, high A. So I'll probably put him above Hammer. I feel like that's pretty fair. And now, last but not least, Shotgun. Now, Shotgun is a bit of more of a confusing case because Shotgun is good, but sometimes bad, and it can sometimes backfire. So what I mean by this is every time you use your abilities, the opponent has a chance to backdash and get out of your ability and then M2 you. But in some cases they can't do that because they pin you into a corner. So Shotgun is basically, it's a really good fighting style, and you charge up your ability by throwing M1s. You don't have to land it, but you just have to throw out M1s. Not only that, there's two modes, Prodigy mode and regular mode. Prodigy mode being a bit more faster, if I'm correct, and having a different M2. But I think it's really easy to perfect dodge shotgun as well. So, but I will say, it is pretty good. So here's this. I'll put shotgun at equal leveling with Hawk. I'd say, yeah, Hawk and shotgun are pretty even. So yeah, so here's my tier list for UBG fighting styles. By the way, this is all my opinion, so don't be like, oh, this guy's wrong. Don't listen to this guy. It's just my opinion. Please, I need views.
Blah.